Well, this was not the friendly start to a Hermitcraft episode I was expecting. I just logged into the server and almost died. I logged in right here, and there was slime blocks all in this area here. I was suffocating, couldn't really understand why. I'm pretty slow to react, as you guys know. I was almost killed by this. Wow. Okay, looks like lots has happened here. Dear Mumbo, I have slime, and you have, bam, iron. Here is a gift from me to you. Partners? Iskall 85. I mean, I do quite like slime blocks, and I had every intention of buying some today. So I'm quite glad that he's offered up some kind of partnership. He is online right now, so I feel like I should try and negotiate at least, just to see what he says. Grian's face is looking a little bit worse for wear now. My base is just being absolutely ravaged by everyone. Anyway, plans-wise for today's Hermitcraft episode, we're actually going to be working in this space once again. I've kind of concluded that this area here is going to be my dedicated villager zone. Okay, so this is where all villager-related things are going to be happening. Everything to do with villagers is going to be here. So we've got a villager breeder. Obviously, we've got our iron farm set up, which is now producing tons upon tons of iron, which is fantastic. But one very important thing that we can do with villagers is, of course, trading. So we're going to have a massive trading section here too. Now, what design are we going to be using for this? Well, we're going to be making use of this design by Cortezarino. Now, the reason that I like this design is because it doesn't make use of any minecart rails or pistons pushing the villagers into place that always seems to be a little bit temperamental. Instead, it just makes use of the villagers' brains, essentially. So we place down a workstation, a villager will link up to that workstation and wander over to that workstation, and then we just lock the villager into position. So, essentially, the villagers are sorting themselves into their own trading booths. I mean, it's perfect. And, of course, a link to it will be down in the description. However, we are going to be making some modifications to it. I really want to be able to add a zombie into the mix. So, hopefully, by doing something like this, we should be able to pull that off. Why are you so frustrated? Why do you kill my villagers when I don't want you to? But when I want you to kill my villagers, you refuse? It's infuriating. After an hour or two of testing, I feel like I've finally sussed out the way that zombies actually see villagers and things. So I'm making use of sticky pistons with slabs on top to really drop that villager nice and low. And as you can see, it seems to be working quite nicely. So that villager is just being converted. We can then pop him back up, give him the weakness potion, then the golden apple, and get really nice and cheap trades. Okay, I need to do a tiny bit more testing, but I feel like this is the design that we're going to use. Yep, feeling pretty satisfied with that. Let's pop onto the Hermitcraft server. We have so much iron. I've just crafted up all of the iron ingots that are in the chest down there. This is bonkers. I probably have more iron than I have anything else. Anyway, this build is going to require a decent quantity of wood for all of the pistons and a lot of the redstone components and things. So I'm back deforesting the jungle. And now I would say I've got about 50% of the resources required to actually construct this thing. And we also have a full space now all cleared out and all of the lakes removed as well, because that's pretty important. Okay, let's start some actual construction here. So progress is coming together quite nicely. So I've got all of the pistons in place down at the bottom. I've started building up this design. Now, nothing in this area has to be particularly beautiful. I mean, look at this thing. This is it's horrendous. There's still dirt pillars in it. I actually do need to fix this up so it looks a little bit better. But still, I didn't want it to be awful looking, so I've kind of stuck to a stone brick cobblestone theme going throughout it, and we're going to mix in glass blocks and things like that. I think it's safe to say that the build is coming along well. Now it's time to do something daft. So here we are in the hobbit hole that's behind my hobbit hole. And the reason that we're over here is because I want to send a message. Grian is actually currently online. I'm assuming he's over in his base. So I just want to give him this. Give it a nudge. And off it goes. I love this system. Now, since writing out that message, I've been stood up in a tree, waiting for this very moment. You see, I knew that if all I would have to do is give Grian some coordinates and then some buttons to press, he wouldn't be able to help himself. I really hope he can't see me right now. I mean, he seems to be looking around. Okay, he's placed the sapling in the item frame. This is not exactly what I expected. He needs to eat the cookie, and he needs to set fire to that block. Okay, so he's rung the bell. He's done stage 1 of the initiation. This is fantastic news. He's eating the cookie. All right, so Hey! He's initiated. We've got Grian in Hermit Challenges. He doesn't know what's going on.
Mumbo, can you please explain?
Hermit Challenges initiation. Congratulations, dude. You're in. Hermit Challenges initiation. You did it. Nicely
In
done.
what?
No, you're in.
In what?
You're in. You initiated. Perfect. That was a flawless initiation. You hit
What
the
do you
bell.
mean?
You set fire to the thing really nicely. You did it in a slightly different order. You've eaten both cookies. What the?
Yeah, I had some issues.
Wait, you're
can't be
super
putting-
initiated.
Dude, you put some coordinates down.
Yep.
I went here.
Yep.
And you had some cookies. Like, did you seriously expect me not to eat the cookies?
Well, no, that was the kind of the point. I mean, I kind of thought if I just gave you some coordinates, you would make your way there. I then knew that if I put some buttons on things, including some cookies in the mix, Hermit Challenges initiation. You're in.
So I won the challenge. I won the Hermit Challenge.
No, not at all. In fact, the challenges have just begun, my friend. And because you ate both cookies, you're now in for life. There's definitely no leaving. Most people kind of have a slight leaving cause, but you have twice as much sacred biscuit inside you.
I'm so confused. This wasn't the challenge.
No, of course not, dude. Of course not. You see these 3 pieces of paper right here? What you need to do is you need to write out 3 challenges for me, right? I'm going to write out 3 challenges for you, and then we do the old switcheroo. I chuck mine into that dropper. You chuck yours into this dropper. We hit the buttons and Hermit Challenges. Hermit Challenges. Hermit Challenges. Say it with
Okay,
me.
what kind Hermit Challenges?
Good.
What kind of anything?
Anything. What kind of
Anything.
anything? Exactly.
What kind of
Hermit Challenges. Let's do it.
Okay, so you put your 3 in?
Yeah. Are you ready for your first challenge of Hermit Challenges?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. 3,
3,
2, 1.
Oh. I don't even want to look.
Get good, lol. Hang on.
yeah.
Get good, lol.
Okay, that was the first. Listen, that was the first one I did because I had no idea what I was supposed to
I
be
take
doing.
it back. When I said that there's no such thing as a bad challenge in Hermit Challenges, this is what on earth is this?
Well, you got to get good.
All right, what challenge did you get?
What you're feeling right now with Get Good is how I felt when you made me come here.
Right, okay. That makes sense. All right, what challenge did you get? I'm curious.
Okay. Steal front doors for entire season. Steal front doors, like everyone's house door.
Yeah. Everyone's front door. Yeah.
Like,
you have to for the whole season.
For the whole season.
Yeah, the whole season, dude. Nobody's allowed a front door. You have to be the one that takes all their front doors. I mean, that wasn't the challenge. Out of all the challenges that I put into the dropper, that might have been the most extreme one. But you know what? I'm quite glad that you got it.
You are joking. I don't know if I can do this. What happens if I don't do this? Can I just leave? Can I just not do this?
Okay, fine. If you don't want to do it, all right, then what you really don't want to do is this.
What did you do? Did you just burn it?
Yeah.
So I can forfeit it by throwing it in the fire.
No, I said if you don't want to do it, what you really don't want to do is this. I threw it in saying I've accepted the challenge. Did you not listen? Did you not hear anything that I just said, dude? You threw it into the fire. You've now got to remove doors for the whole season, dude.
This is such nonsense.
Fantastic. Well, I look forward to seeing. Well, actually, I've got a front door, so if anything, I'm a little bit upset that I really like my front door, but I feel it's going to go missing at some point in the near future and can never come back, which is a real shame.
Wait. I have one question.
Okay, yeah.
Do I do this? Does everyone know, or do I keep this a secret?
I mean, that's entirely up to you, but I think if they know that you're the one that's stealing all their front doors, no one's going to like you. So I personally would keep this between you and me. Well, fantastic. Hermit Challenges now has another member. That was brilliant. But we still have plenty of work left to do on our villager training hall. So I've made a bunch of progress, and I've managed to build up this section right here. And I have to say, now that all of the blocks are in place, it looks really, really cool. Like the combination of the iron with the trapdoors and things like that, I actually think looks really, really nice. And if we flick this lever here, you can see that is our drop down. So that right there is going to open this up, allowing a zombie to actually attack our villager. And then this lever up at the top here is going to lock our villager in place. So when that piston comes down, that villager can no longer get out of this cell. He is now locked into the trading cell, and obviously with a lectern or some form of trading block above this redstone torch right there, that villager is now going to be there. So that's the only block that villager can stand on. Cool. Now it is time for the other half. Obviously, this is just half of it. One half of the villager trading hall completed. Next half left to go. And then we need to actually find out if it works. It's probably smart for me to do that before I build the other half, but I'm not smart. And to be fair, now that I've found my rhythm in building it, this has taken probably around about 20% of the time that it took me to build that side. You see, that's kind of how it goes in Minecraft. The first time you build something, it takes days. Seriously. Like, the number of times I had to rebuild sections of this fairly simple design is ridiculous. But I've just gone straight through and I've managed to construct this thing first time successfully. And once again, I kind of can't get over how cool these things look. They look really, really cool. Now I'm thinking in the central section here, we go for just slabs. So this area A is going to be spawn proof because we need to make sure that we protect all of our villagers from zombies. But B, it's just kind of slightly inset from that area there, which really just aids that sloping look. I know I'm starting to sound like a builder. I'm really not. But this is the end result, and I think it looks pretty cool. So this is actually the full area all done. Hopefully it's all mob proof. I've walked around, I've checked out the light levels, and it seems to be fine. So this is what we've got. This is our little villager trading hall in the center here, and eventually, trust me, all of this area is actually going to end up looking good. But you know, it's the start of the season. We can't be making beautiful things and functional things at once. Having just said that, I then felt really bad that all of this place is so ugly. So I'm trying my best to do some cleaning up here and just making it look a tiny bit nicer, maybe a little bit. Who knows? I do actually have really big plans for this place though, so just wait and see. I'm sorry horse, but there's no cows left. I've killed all the cows. Oh, you didn't even drop any leather, but you made that horrible noise. You see, I need lecterns. There's no lecterns anywhere. Well, there's no bookshelves anywhere. So I need to get the leather to make bookshelves, and that involves killing horses. I'm hoping that if I get this lectern here, I can then get a villager that will sell me bookshelves, so then I don't have to keep killing horses and everything like that on the server, because, you know, we're starting to run out. So I just got my first villager in via boat. Everything went well, transported him correctly, and then I realized there is a slight issue with the design, but I'm a moron. I'm such a total moron. That was the thing that I worked out. Okay, let's see if we can coax him back in. Oh, goodness me. Oh, Brill. Well, what I was going to say was, the problem that I ran into is that I can't change the guy's trades, because as soon as I remove the lectern or do anything like that, obviously it opens up space for the villager to walk out, which is, yeah, that's a bit of an issue, but I thought of this idea where I can close off the trapdoors and he can't go anywhere. But to demonstrate that, I opened the trapdoors and our villager wandered off because, as I say, I'm a moron. Go on, son. Get in there. Just give me another chance. One more chance. Yes! I managed to push him in. Okay. Anyway, let's talk trading tactics here. What I'm thinking is that I get a few decent trades in with a lot of these villagers here. And then we can get ourselves set up with a decent stash of emeralds. Not many, okay, but I need to unlock the melon and pumpkin trades with these guys. And then I can start making use of the drops from my melon and pumpkin farm in my base. But for the time being, these guys seem to really like potatoes, and I'm more than happy to deliver them potatoes because they're the ones that got me said potatoes. So to me, that sounds like quite a good trade. Right, let's get this guy sorted. Man, getting emeralds is plain sailing. Look at that, I've got 24 already. And I've just unlocked the pumpkin trade, which means that I'm now quids in. We might actually be able to make a decent number of emeralds from all of these. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, we're getting the melon trades in as well. This is starting to be a bit of a party. And our own farm has been rocking and rolling for the entire time that we've been working here. So I now have 4 more double chests, which is pretty ridiculous. Can anyone explain to me what's different about trading in Minecraft 1.15? It seems like the more I trade certain trades, the more expensive they get. Has that always been the case? I feel like that hasn't always been the case. Regardless of slight inflations, I am still pretty happy with what we managed to achieve after about an hour's worth of trading. I managed to get around about 4 stacks of emeralds, and most importantly, I managed to get a Depth Strider 3 villager, which means that you're not going to hear me complaining about this anymore. It is so slow moving in water without Depth Strider. I can't take it anymore. I am very curious as to what Scar is up to right now. What is he doing? Is he AFK? I'm not quite understanding, but seeing him has reminded me I really should build up his KGOOMR. He's paid for his KGOOMR. He gave me those crystals which have done Sweet Fanny Adams, but I suppose I do need to sort him out with the thing that he's bought. That feels absolutely wonderful. That feels absolutely wonderful, just knowing I have those on my feet now. So this is the reason why I struggled so much to get a parrot. Grian has been going around and just massacring pretty much every parrot in the jungle, and that's how we ended up with the Charrot. Scar has got an obscene number of pandas just roaming around his bamboo forest here. This is... There are loads. In fact, there's loads in a little crevice over here as well. I'm sure he has something interesting planned for them. Now, this KGOOMR is going to be slightly different from the one that I've got in my base. I was kind of looking at the space that we have in the bottom of Scar's snail here, and I thought doing like a vertical KGOOMR probably wouldn't work too well. Or I guess, would that be a horizontal? Which one would be vertical and which one would be horizontal? Yeah, this one's definitely the horizontal one. Yeah, so a vertical one wouldn't really work too well. So instead, I'm going for a horizontal one where he can have all of his good items stored away in the floor, kind of like a mini bunker underneath the ground. Wait, hold up a second. You can place redstone components on trapdoors and then open the trapdoors? That seems totally broken to me. Okay, so you can only do it with things like No way. Surely not. This can't be a thing. It can't. Yeah, I was going to say, there's no way that's sticking around. I got really excited then, and then, of course, the inevitable disappointment followed. I got to say, I'm actually really proud of how I've managed to integrate this KGOOMR into Scar's build. So as you can see, all of the redstone kind of fits in that area right there, and then here is the actual vault itself. I've got the secret key inside the dropper right now, and that will open up, giving Scar access to his chests. So he's got 3 chests to choose from, which means that his KGOOMR is technically better than my KGOOMR at this point in time. It's like a slight upgrade, and it looks really cool. It does actually look really quite nice. I'm such a fan of using the trapdoors for the floor, by the way. That's such a cool idea. Anyway, now that KGOOMR Enterprises has completed its first... Well, I've got to be wary of that. What on earth? Scar? Anyway, as I was saying, now that KGOOMR Enterprises has done its first client job, which I believe was a massive success, hopefully there's many more of those in the future that don't pay in magical crystals. As much as I appreciate them, they don't really do anything. Cheers, Scar, but yeah, maybe diamonds next time. If you did another KGOOMR, yeah, please let me know. But on the topic of paying for things, we actually need to pay someone back. Xisuma came over the other day, or at least we met up the other day, and he gave me 4 stacks of honey blocks. And I need to give him some iron blocks in return. And I did say that I would do that in an interesting fashion. Let's have a think. What could we possibly do here? Now, I don't think I'm going to build any crazy slime block and honey block redstone contraption or anything like that to deliver the iron blocks. That might be a tiny bit far-fetched, but I do have a creative way of delivering them in. I have just traveled many thousands of blocks in the complete wrong direction, looking for Xisuma Void's base. I really want to get myself an Elytra. I need to get myself an Elytra. Grian has challenged me to get good, and I would say having an Elytra is part of getting good. And an Elytra would definitely come in handy here, because I'm just realizing there is definitely some danger to building things high up. I'm so used to being able to just kind of parachute my way out if I fall off of things. No, if this is definitely the end of me if I drop from here. And I have got such a long way to travel. If it does go wrong, some of these jumps are super precarious as well. I panicked so much that I almost fell off my chair. Anyway, if you're wondering what I'm building here, it is a care package. I'm building up an iron care package that is flying into Xisuma Void's base. And hopefully I can get out of here before the phantoms start coming for me, because that would definitely be an issue. No! I forgot to fill in the middle block! Oh, I'm so So terribly useless. It does look quite good though. Here we go again then. Up we pop. This is definitely where I'm gonna die. Right, well, there we go. After popping up and then popping back down, we now have the care package fully installed. 7 stacks of iron blocks for Xisuma Void, which I would say he's got a pretty decent deal there. And would you believe that's probably taken me about 2 hours in total, including the time taken to actually locate Xisuma's base. Ridiculous. Honestly, the amount of time that you don't see in these Hermitcraft episodes is staggering. In fact, I had a bit of an existential... Oh, goodness me. I had a bit of an existential crisis this morning when I realised that my entire working week results in probably around about 50 minutes, maybe an hour's worth of content, if I'm lucky. I mean, how ridiculous is that? I work silly hours throughout the week, and it results in just under an hour. Goodness. Sometimes I do wish that I could be one of those YouTubers that records like 15, 20 videos per day. They're just like... I mean, but then also... I kind of don't, to be honest with you. Anyway, I really do hope that you've enjoyed this episode on the Hermitcraft server. It's been a lot of fun. Hermitcraft Season 7 has been a blast so far, and I look forward to the future on it. See you in the next one. And just so you know, in regards to that previous clip, that's not me calling out any YouTubers there. As I say, I'm quite envious at how efficient some people can be, but I do love the way that a lot of the Hermits record videos, in that we sink so much time into each individual episode that I feel like the viewer gets a lot for the time spent watching. You know what I mean? I'm sure you know what I mean.